Hi everyone, this is Julie. I'm here from the scraps, excuse me, the scraps of my life. I've been trying to do videos and nothing seems to be working out. So I was trying to do, and we'll try again to do my progress on my watercolor journal to show you. But for now, I just took a break, went out to the mailbox, and I didn't really expect to receive this today, but I did. And I am glad to have gotten it. I was so happy and thrilled when I saw it. And like I said, I tried to do a video before this. I actually took it out of the box and everything, and then I could not remember Val's name to save my life, and her Etsy channel or anything. My mind was in a different gear, and I couldn't think of anything. I said I can't do a video without, telling the person's name who actually made it. So yeah. So anyway, here it is. It's just like it came, except for the, bubble wrap that was carefully placed around it to protect it. And it came in a box, which was nice because I have received things before that were damaged because they weren't properly packaged. And I appreciate her taking the time to package this so that it wouldn't get damaged by mail carriers who do not care what's in the package, Anyway, so I wanted to share this beautiful book with you. And like I said, Val over at Punkin Patch Journals, that's her name on Etsy. And I think, let's see, her name on YouTube is Punkin Patch. So yeah, I will link in this video so you can check her out. She has an Etsy shop. And I saw her video. I've only recently found Val. Well, it's not been real recent. It's been a little while where she was making journals. I didn't really at the time realize that she sold them. But anyway, I saw this one and I just fell in love with it because when I started back doing some journals this year, there was like a whole list of journals I wanted to do. One of them was a beach theme, one was travel, one was cookbook, blah, 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 blah. And then plus the books that I've made that I haven't backed, put covers on them. And I just, everybody knows if you've listened to any of my other videos, that I'm like living out of boxes right now still from moving and trying to sell the house, etc., 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 etc. All that boring stuff, right? So anyway, so I just couldn't pull myself together quite a lot. I did do, the glue book journals and had a ball doing those. But then I hit a block in the road with those even, and I couldn't do my travel, and I told you about that in the other video. I was trying to do a travel and recipe and blah, 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 and I just couldn't get anywhere, so I packed everything up, stuck it in my basket over there, and set it aside. But when I saw Val showing this book the other day, I said, I know I shouldn't because I bought 2 journals already this year from artists online here. One of them was her book's right behind me, and I never actually showed it. I actually brought it upstairs a couple nights ago. I like to meander through it, and I was thinking I really need to use this. But Miss Cog is her YouTube name, and I had purchased this journal from her, and absolutely adore it. I mean, it's like this is something you just want to set it up and look at it, but that's not why I bought it, and I want to use it. So, yeah, so I bought one from her, and then I bought one from someone else that got damaged. And the reason I don't mention the other lady is because I didn't think that she handled the situation well, so, I just wanted to leave it. So anyway, so this came in great condition, and if you want to go over to her channel and look at it, I will, like I said, leave the link. I just love the charm that she put on here. It's kind of a plus that she does with her books now anyway. She's got the beads on here that resemble sea glass, and just anything beach related, you know, brings back lots of memories. The bicycle, and because growing up on the East Coast and still living on it, you know, all this really brings back a lot of memories. And this is just, she couldn't have put anything on here more special than this shell right here. So anyway, I'll flip through it really quick for you, simply because it's just what we do, isn't it? She put a Surrey silk and a ribbon on the binding to close it, and it's a semi-hard cover. And you can go, and she, you know, I'll let her tell you the details about it, because she does a very good job of telling. And she said this is Tim Holtz paper. I love the cheesecloth that she added. Cheesecloth is just gorgeous on sea related things because it reminds you of netting. And my dad, he used to, for a while, he would put nets out and catch fish, you know, when the fish were running and in season and whatnot. So that reminds me of those days. And so anyway, she said the papers were from Ivy Shutters and I think another someone else. And then she said she had some things from her stash. And I'm not going to pull everything out. I'm just going to point out what I really love that stood out to me when I was looking at it. I love how she did the stenciling here with and she tells the colors she used. It's a blue and a tan color like. She tells which ones she used, and it's just beautiful. The effect is just gorgeous, and reminds you of nets there again and things at the beach. So I love that about it. Of course, I love the staining of the papers and all the printouts, of course, and look at the little crab, you know, the little bits like this, just beautiful colors, how the paper's colored. I especially love the envelopes in the back. I'll show you those. I love the stitching she did. Really stood out to me. And another thing that really stood out to me is the chunkiness of this book, how much she actually put in it. And look at the beautiful printouts. They're just gorgeous. The colors are amazing. I just love this. This is actually an envelope that she made from the paper and stuck some extra paper inside. But I just love this. This is just gorgeous to me. It's like a black and white and somebody threw paint on it. I just love it. It's gorgeous. Really like that. And a little tiny tag down here. And of course, I mentioned that already. So yeah, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous book. And I like the size of it. I really do. It's really, really cute. Love the altered paper clips that she did. They're all beautiful. I love the rust that she included. I'm assuming that she did that. I'm not certain without going back and listening again to the video. Like, I haven't listened to it 100 times already, but my mind does not contain everything. And the burlap, not burlap. I keep calling that burlap. That is not burlap. That is sailcloth, some people call it, and then it's called something else. And right now my mind is just not working. The transfer on the paper here, I love the transfer. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So if you haven't checked out Val on Punkin, I want to say Punkin Patch, or Punkin Patch journals on Etsy. That's kind of a tongue twister. Here's one of the major things that stood out to me about this album, and I'll mention this so that she'll know. I love this looked like this was, you know, of course, stained, and then she, I think, did some inking over top of it as well, and it's just beautiful for a ocean related. It reminds me of driftwood, and burning a fire on the beach. That's what it reminds me of. So there's a couple of those in here, and it really stood out. I really loved it. When I was watching her video, I stopped when I saw that, and I thought, I've got to have that book. So yeah, so really pretty. And thankfully, she hadn't sold it yet, and I purchased it, and here it is. So yeah, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful, Val. Did a fantabulous job. And I love that she printed on both sides of the paper and made place for lots of journaling in here as well. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? Look, there's more. There's another one. And I love that they're envelopes too. That just makes it even cooler. It's like a map. Kind of like an old map too, isn't it? Just beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. No other word for it. So yeah. So if you haven't checked her out, you need to go over and visit her channel and her Etsy shop, and maybe you'll find a treasure there for yourself or for someone that you love and care about. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just gorgeous. And I love, she doesn't know that I love bells. And this was not made for me, but, I love bells. They're just so cute. Usually it's something I only associate with Christmas, but, it reminds me, I can hear the donging of the bells at, in the waterway when the boats are coming through. And, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Lighthouse. My husband is, we're retired Coast Guard, so yeah, he collects lighthouses. There's so much here, so much to see. So if you want to see it thoroughly and beautifully and explained, then I'll let you go over to Val's channel, and she shows this entire book, and she shows it much better. And I love the braid she did also on the outside of the book. It's really beautiful. Really beautiful. Thank you, Val, for such a piece of art. And I'm happy to be able to own it. And so anyway, thanks, everybody. I wanted to share that with you. And everybody have a great rest of your day, wherever it is.